WTVA's meteorologist John Delusic is back to join us for another segment of Ask John. From rainbows to tornadoes, John has the answer. And today's question is from River Zurinsky in Holtspur, Mississippi. What causes the solar activity that produces the northern lights?
Hey, that's a good question. Now, obviously, sun, solar, that little pieces that we call more or less little flares that break away from the sun enter our atmosphere, basically passing through the earth and into the magnetic field that we have surrounding the earth. And you can see the explanation right there. It tells you all about how this happens. You can see that it depends upon the molecules in the air. What kind of molecules do we have out there, and then that'll determine the color that you will see. If it's oxygen molecules and the altitude, you get a red aurora. A blue aurora is in between. It's nitrogen molecules, but in contrast, pink auroras are also nitrogen molecules, but they're below 100 kilometers. So basically, it all comes down to, Tanya, when you get this little piece called a solar flare that breaks away from the sun 93 million miles away, and it enters our atmosphere, and bumps into some of the magnetic field and the molecules that we have in the air. That's what happened earlier this year. If you remember, we had that. And it does, the better chances are always toward the polar regions where it's always enhanced on polar regions, be it the North or the South Pole, but that's why they call it the Northern Lights also. Aurora Borealis, fancy name. Northern Lights is the commonly known name. So the farther south you go, the lesser your chances due to just the way the atmosphere is and the way the magnetic field is out there in the molecules.
All right. Thanks so much, John. And if you have any questions you want John to answer, feel free to email us at studio9@WTVA.com, and you could have the chance to have your question answered live. We'll be right back.